Next, we talk about the suspensions of the work for non-payment. You know that for whichever work done by the contractor, payment should be made by the employer within the period of honoring certificate. If the employer fails to pay the contractor the amount due, the contractor will need to send a written notice to the employer requesting the employer to pay for the work done. This shall be the first notice to the employer, and the notice will need to be delivered by hand or by registered post, stating that the payment is not made within the period. This shall serve as a record. In the case that the non-payment persists, the contractors have the right to withdraw himself from the project. That means the contractors can determine his own employment under the project. Now, this amount due to the contractor will have to minus any liquidated damage and set off. These are the amount to be entitled to the employer. Now, if the employer continue not paying the contractor and the employer continue default for 14 days upon receiving the written notice from the contractor may send a further written notice. This will be the second notice, and make sure it is delivered by hand or by registered post. Forthwith suspend the executions of the work until the payment is made. That means with the second notice here, the contractor can suspend the executions of the work. Wait until the employer clear the payment before the contractor proceed with the work. This is provided that the notice is not given unreasonably. Next is about the compulsory suspensions of the work. This one normally happen due to the withdrawal of the architect and or the consultant from the project. Now, if the architect and or the consultant, who are the professionals that supposed to supervise the project, inform the contractor in writing regarding their withdrawal from the project, then the contractor will have to suspend the executions of the work until the resumptions of the supervisions. In another word, the contractor cannot proceed with the work without the supervisions of the architect and the consultant. If any of them withdraw themselves from supervising the project, the suspensions of the work shall be compulsory. Next is about the insurance. During the period of suspensions, whichever is the reason, which could be due to the default of the employer not paying for the work done by the contractor, or due to the withdrawal of the architects or the consultant, when the work is suspended, the insurance cover for all risks should be ceased. That means the insurance is no longer covering the risk. As a result, the contractor will have to protect the work himself. The risk will be under the liability of the contractor. The relevant insurance include those listed here, including the injuries to person, loss and or damage of property, contractor all risks, and etc. Now that the suspensions of the work, either due to non-payment or due to withdrawal of the architects or consultant, this kind of suspensions is not due to the fault of the contractor. Although the contractor will have to protect the work, but the cost shall not incur to the contractor. As a result, the relevant cost shall be added to the contract sum.